Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Happy Thankful Thursday. I am Kylene with Rise, Shine, Smile, and I'm excited to be here. We talk about gratitude every week and how it's our superpower and what happens when we use gratitude in our life. Today, we're going to talk about courage, which I'm really looking forward to discussing and thinking about it kind of like gratitude more intentionally. Um, today, hey Cindy, thanks for joining. Sending love and hugs on this Thursday, Thankful Thursday. Thank you. Hey Jack, good to see you on here. I hope you are doing well. I'm very grateful today. I have so much to be grateful for. Um, I am going to get through this without crying today. My dad did pass. Excuse me. Um, but I'm so grateful that we were with him. And that's why I wanted to talk about courage today, because I didn't want to come here today. And Aaron said, people need to see you. They need to see how you're using these tools in your life to get through hard times. And so I am here sharing how I'm using gratitude. I am using these tools that I share with you in my life. And I'm actually really happy that I'm here. It's very hard sometimes just to talk about it, but it's such a blessing. Oh, no way. I love that. One of my grandsons' name is Courage. What a cool name. I love it. I just think showing up for the things in our life that are really important. It's something that isn't always easy to do, right? It's easy to get distracted by whatever. Oops, my paper is falling. It's easy to get distracted by the everyday things, the easy things in your life. And I'm good, thank you. It's really easy just to focus on the easy stuff, right? And not face the hard stuff. And sometimes when we think of courage, we think of courage being the big stuff, the things that we see in the movies, those big hero stories, which are so important. They're so inspiring and give us strength just watching it. But we have courage every day. We have courage that we show up for the things in our life that matter. We have courage to, I guess we call it everyday courage. We have that determination, that grit. We have difficult conversations. I don't know if we have them every day, but they come about a lot, right? So that takes courage to have those difficult conversations. It takes courage to show up and do something that's scary. And for some people, that might be coming on here live. For me today, that was something that took a lot of courage for me to come on here. Again, I'm really thankful Aaron is telling me to, encouraging me to keep showing up and just be genuine with you guys that these tools really work. And I hope that by me showing up and sharing them, that it gives you the strength, if you're not already showing up for yourself, that you can show up for yourself. It's showing up and being courageous, maybe to wake up early to work out. Maybe it's being courageous to have a healthy dinner. Maybe it's being courageous to take care of yourself and get some sleep. Whatever it might be, courage is in our life every day, our everyday courage. And so that's why I am here. That's why I wanted to hop on and talk a little bit about it, because there is different types of courage. I did just a little research on it beforehand, and I found these 4 different types of courage, and how we can bring that into our life, as well as how gratitude plays a huge part of this in our life. Looks like Mo is here. Hey, good afternoon to you too. Thanks for joining. So courage, like I said, there's 4 different types. I'm sure different studies might say that there's different, but the one that I am referring to, for me, it just kind of lumped everything together, right? But the moral courage that we have every day, the moral courage to do what's right. We could make different choices. We could take shortcuts. Maybe that's not the right thing to do all the time. We could do the wrong thing just because it's easier. Sometimes it takes a lot of courage to show up and do what's right. And so that's something that comes into play every day that we do. It's intellectual courage. For me, this one hit home a lot, and I think it goes in line with a little bit about what we talk about on here. The intellectual courage, that's that growth mindset. That's that ability to try something new. It's where fear shows up, right? Fear shows up in our life when something's scary, something's new, it's outside of our comfort zone. We talk about fear a lot. But what I hope that we could do is realize that we feel the fear. We notice it. We know it's happening when we're in that state of anxiety or those negative feelings come about. But we can feel that fear, embrace it, and be grateful that we're listening to our body. What's our mind trying to tell us in that moment? It's trying to protect us, and we can evaluate, hey, are we really in danger here, or is this just really just outside my comfort zone? But as we all know, my favorite quote, everything you want is on the other side of fear. So maybe when that fear shows up, it's a blessing. Maybe that's that meaning to that whatever this is that's causing the fear, maybe it's really important that you show up. Maybe that is the universe, whatever you want to call it, saying, hey, this is important. You need to continue. Have that growth mindset. Try it. Even if you fail, you still showed up for yourself and what you felt like was right in that moment. And you have more information. As Erin likes to say, you get more feedback from that experience that you can learn from. That is that growth mindset. And that's what takes us closer to living the life that we want. It's what brings us joy, and we appreciate all of that. I guess my example of that is trying something new. Going back to just these videos, I've shared the story so many times, but it's still so relevant. I just really did not want to come on here. I didn't want to show my face. I didn't think I had enough important things to say. All those negative thoughts kept going through my mind, and it took a long time for me to have the courage to show up. But guess what? Those thoughts still show up. They're not gone, but I have believed in myself enough just to show up because I believe in the bigger idea of what we're talking about on here. So that intellectual courage is so important, and be grateful for the opportunities, enjoying the journey of the emotions, especially, being a business owner. For those of you out there who are a business owner, it's a roller coaster of emotions. You have good days and you have tough days, and everything comes down onto you or you and your partner, whoever it is. And that goes the same if you go into work or if you have relationships with people. It can be a roller coaster, and how you show up for yourself, you have that courage to show up the way you want to show up. So that's a little bit about the moral and intellectual courage. The other one that was discussed is disciplined courage. And for me, this is being thoughtful and purposeful with your day, showing up the way your true gifts are meant to be shown, sharing those gifts with people, really being clear on what it is that you are about, not being this person at this moment, this person at this moment, or whoever people think you should be. It's being who you are and knowing that that's okay. And that takes courage sometimes, especially if what you're doing isn't really in the norm. It's different from what people around you are doing. It's different than how you grew up maybe, and what people saw was the typical thing that you're supposed to do, right? It takes courage every day to show up for yourself, to share those true gifts. So it's being thoughtful and purposeful. And then there's the empathetic courage, which I think we all are really good. Everyone on here that's listening Empathetic courage is being open to feel deeply with others. All of you have expressed your sympathy and given me support and grace and all of that good stuff. And I feel it, genuinely, I feel it. And so it's putting aside our own biases so we can be there genuinely for others. I really feel like, I guess I've said this on here before. Maybe I learned this from Aaron. I don't know where it came from, but it's like you can't outgive the universe, right? We are here to help each other. We're all kind of one, right? We need to support each other. And as long as these relationships are meaningful, as long as they are not toxic in any way, why not show up for people? Why not? And that's where gratitude and appreciation comes in. Why not appreciate those people in your life? They're bringing so much value to you, but you could be bringing value to them. Appreciate them. Let them know how much you care about them. When you're in that state of gratitude, you're in the state of abundance. Therefore, you have even more to be grateful for because you're paying attention to it, right? You're appreciating what you have. You're not focusing on all the things that you don't have. You can want things, right? And you can work and have goals and believe that those things are coming. But if you focus all your energy on all the things that you don't have, you miss all your life. And I think that's a really important part of gratitude. I wrote down this quote because it came up on social media today by Tony Robbins, and I just thought it was really fitting for what we were talking about courage and all the deep meaning courage has in our lives and all the different types of courage. But his quote is, "Life is happening for you, not to you. Appreciate that gift, and you are wealthy now and forever." And I thought that's was just so fitting. Like, we have courage, we show up for ourselves, we show up for the people around us, we show up to do the right thing, we show up to continue to grow, get out of our comfort zone, share true gifts with other people. And guess what? Sometimes there's going to be hard moments, but we can always appreciate that we have this moment right now to be grateful for. And I think that's really, truly what's most important here, is that we are appreciating the journey and we're appreciating our life and just being courageous enough to believe in ourselves. So what I would say is celebrate your accomplishments every day. We've talked about that on here too a lot. Celebrate. Yes, I did this today, and that's awesome. That was hard for me to do. Maybe it's not hard for some people, but maybe it's hard for you. Celebrate that. You showed up for yourself. Maybe you had a conversation with someone that you really were kind of avoiding, or maybe you were always telling them what they wanted to hear, and you took a chance to share in an empathetic way, maybe something that could help them in the future if they choose to use your feedback or not. But maybe that was courageous for you to show up in that way to really help someone. And then obviously using gratitude as you go through this process, understanding that life is happening for you, not against you. Really understanding that we're creating these stories in our head. And so why not create good stories? Why not conspire for us instead of against us all the time? That inner critic can get really loud sometimes. And so maybe we quiet that inner critic and really truly appreciate what's happening. What can we learn from it? And move on. If people are not giving you what you feel that you deserve, try something different. Maybe you spend less time with those people. Maybe they aren't those positive people you need in your life. Maybe you have a conversation. Maybe you say, "Hey, I'm feeling this way," and work through things that way. That takes a lot of courage to do. Celebrate that fact if you do it. I encourage you to have those conversations. The one thing I'm so grateful for in my life is that I can have difficult conversations. I haven't always been that way, but over the years, I'm just really okay with having difficult conversations. Do I like them? Of course not. Do I like how I feel sometimes and how I respond sometimes? Of course not. And I'm sure all of you could relate with that. If you want to share anything in the comments, go for it in a way that maybe you showed up for yourself that was courageous. Maybe just today. What did you do today that showed that you showed up for yourself that was courageous? Obviously for me it's easy. It's showing up here today for Thankful Thursday. Erin wrote, what a great share. We can't always focus on the results. You said it better than I did on OSG training last night. Yes, Erin had an awesome training on our success group last night, about facing your fear, being that fearless leader, and really using gratitude as a way to appreciate this whole experience, showing up for yourself. So yeah, so go ahead, and if you have a way that you showed up, hey Darren, thanks for joining. Good to see you on here. I hope you're doing well. How did you show up for yourself today? What did you do today that was courageous? It could be, like I said, maybe you woke up early to work out. Maybe you joined me for yoga this morning. I don't know. That could be hard for some people to wake up a little bit earlier to work out. That's not for everyone, and that's not easy to do. Maybe it's making time to come join me on here. That's courageous. I appreciate it. But it doesn't have to be those big, outrageous things. While those are amazing, it doesn't always have to be that. I think about the people in my life and the courage that they have shown me and that I see in them. Like Aaron finished his book last week. That was huge. And he was so courageous. He shared it with people that he was going to finish it. And guess what? He kept his commitment. He did it. He finished his book. And that was a huge accomplishment, but it was also really courageous. He showed discipline. He showed up for himself. He made it happen. I just think it's really powerful and inspiring when you start to not only appreciate those around you, but acknowledge look at these amazing things these people around me are doing. Acknowledge them for that. And then that builds you up too. So this is kind of like that whole ripple effect, right? It's contagious. All this positive energy is contagious. So it looks like we have some comments in here. Aaron wrote, for me, it was making a phone call I had been putting off. I don't know why, as it went very well. Yeah, like we can get in our head, we can think of this story in our head of the outcome that we think is going to happen, or these feelings we think are going to happen, or whatever story we tell ourselves about it. Instead, we showed up, we had that conversation, and guess what? It went well. And so that's awesome. But what if it didn't go well? You still made that phone call. Maybe the outcome wasn't exactly what you wanted, but you could learn from that experience, and you still didn't avoid that difficult conversation if that was what the call was about. So thanks for sharing that, Aaron. I appreciate it. Mo wrote, a bit extreme, but I quit my full-time job to focus on my business and myself. Truly blessed to be able to do it. Woohoo! That is awesome. That is so courageous. Congratulations on doing something really big and showing up for yourself. You believed in yourself enough to take that risk, and that is so important. You had the growth mindset that you showed. You were going to learn from this experience and continue to grow and learn, because that's what you do as a business, right? You showed grit and determination, so that's your overall your courage, and then you just had clarity on your vision and you're purposeful with this action. That's so awesome. So congratulations. Thanks for sharing that, Mo. Lots of congratulations to you, Aaron, for finishing your book. That's so cool. It really is cool. And the coolest part was Aaron was able to bring it down to Arizona, and he was able to show my dad his book. Now, he wasn't able to read it, but my dad knew that Aaron accomplished this huge goal that he's heard about, and he was always really curious about and asking him about, but he was able to show him that finished product. So that was really cool. Yes. So if anyone else has any other courage that they've shown it for themselves in their life, please go ahead and share. for me, it's just showing up here today. That's been really courageous. It's been leaving my career as well. 4 years ago, I left my comfort zone. I left something that I was good at. I liked it. I just didn't like where I had to do this job, right? Um, and I left to take a chance on me. I believed in myself enough to do this. And so that was a courageous move. And I'm so thankful that I did it because it's led me to here. And that's just one more step in the journey to wherever I'm headed to just continue to help more people with mind and body healing. So just really excited about that. So I guess what I want to leave you with is when it comes to courage, understand that you are courageous every day. And be grateful for that. Celebrate that fact. Celebrate all those things that you do every day. It is courageous to show up and do the right thing. It is courageous to get outside your comfort zone. It is courageous to keep the commitments to yourself, right? And follow through with the things that you say you're going to do. That's courage. That's huge. And so I think once we celebrate that, that creates those positive emotions, and then be grateful that you had the ability to make that decision that day, that you had the ability to have these moments where you could challenge yourself, right? And show up and dig a little bit deeper. So use gratitude as you go through this, and then welcome the experience, the outcomes that happen. If it is a failure, okay, you can learn from it and continue to move forward. You survive the risk, that builds that confidence, you learn and you continue to move forward. So I always want to remind people that embrace that failure if it does show up for you. But bottom line, believe in yourself. Be kind to yourself, give yourself grace, give yourself lots of compassion, and just truly be grateful for your unique gifts and how you show up in your world, whatever that world looks like for you. Just really have gratitude and appreciation for that. It looks like there might be some comments. Let me just scan through here before I kind of wrap this up. By the way, OSG members, the book will be heading your way soon. I want to get a few more edits done before sharing. That's so awesome. I love that you shared that, Erin. Thank you. And we're all thankful to you, Kylene, to have the courage to share with us today. Oh, thank you, Cindy. I really appreciate you guys being here today. I'm really feeling so good that that I was able to share and talk about courage, because sometimes I don't think we take the time to realize everything that we do every day. It does take courage, and I think it kind of gets lumped in with celebration a little bit, celebrating all those big accomplishments. But what if you change it into courage, that everyday courage that we have, that determination we have to show up the way we want to show up for ourselves? And then giving yourself grace along the way, because every day is not going to be perfect, right? But we can learn from it, we can grow, and just be patient and trust that we're on the right path. So that's what I want to leave you with as far as courage go. I do want to share that our daily gratitude channel is new and improved. It's so much better. Let me put up the banner here. I got it. I think I beat you, Erin. Sorry. rssyoga.link /gratitude. Please join me on there. There's amazing people that share on there. We were on Bali for a while and we had a really great community on there. And now we're just trying to build it back up. This channel is where we can share our daily gratitude. What are we grateful for today? It doesn't have to be a lot. It can just be one thing that you're grateful for. Share it. And then once you hear what other people are grateful for in your life, guess what? It's that ripple effect. It creates positive emotions for you. And you're doing the same with them. You're just connecting with like-minded people. There's no judgment there. It is just truly a place to be with like-minded people who are just appreciating what they do have. And it's just really a powerful experience. It's a great habit to get into because it does truly fill you up inside. And so if you guys would like to join me over there, that would be awesome. You can do the video message, which I think is always the best, but that's not always possible. So you can just do a voice message on there. And then we can hear your voice, your inflection, and just, I don't know, it has a lot more meaning and connection with it too. You can also, I think you can do text on that one too. Yes, you can do text on there too, if that's where you're more comfortable. We just want you guys to join us in there. The whole intention is to be intentional with gratitude. That's what it's all about. So it's not just on Thankful Thursdays, it's also throughout the week. So please join us over there. All right, did I get all of the comments on here? I think so. Thankful to see your smiling face today. Thanks for being here, Wendy. Good to see you. That's awesome. Awesome as always. Thank you, Mo. Appreciate you being here today. So that's it for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful Thursday night, and we'll see you next week. Have a great day, everyone.